Hi guys, welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today, we will learn about the issue that's shaking the very foundations of Port Charles, a custody battle so emotionally charged, so deeply personal, and so riddled with deception, that it's affecting not only the adults involved, but more heartbreakingly, the children caught in the middle. This time, the story zeroes in on a devastating manipulation, one that leaves a 6-year-old boy questioning the love of his own father, and a mother torn between loyalty, truth, and justice. As the custody war between Michael Corinthos and Willow Tate rages on, the lines between love and manipulation blur beyond recognition. While Michael has remained determined to prove that he can provide the most stable, nurturing, and loving environment for Wiley and Amelia, Drew Cain has emerged as a dark wild card. Once regarded as a heroic figure and stable influence in Willow's life, Drew has allowed his desperation to win the case twist him into someone virtually unrecognizable. His methods are no longer grounded in reason or fairness. Instead, they've become a tapestry of quiet lies and subtle psychological warfare, most horrifically aimed at an innocent child. Drew, seeking to gain leverage in court, has begun subtly poisoning Wiley's perception of his father. He whispers to the boy that Michael no longer needs him, that Daisy, Michael's newly born daughter, has become the center of his world, leaving Wiley forgotten and discarded. Drew's words are calculated, carefully chosen to plant seeds of abandonment and sadness in a child far too young to defend himself emotionally. To a 6-year-old, these insinuations don't come across as lies. They strike at the core of his security and sense of worth. Wiley begins withdrawing, his once warm and enthusiastic interactions with Michael fading into silence and detachment. Michael, deeply bonded to Wiley, notices the change almost immediately. He can feel the growing distance, the haunted look in Wiley's eyes, the questions that go unspoken but scream in his behavior. Michael tries everything: more time together, gentle reassurances, bedtime stories, and shared breakfasts, but nothing seems to thaw the frost that has taken root. It breaks Michael's heart to suspect that someone is actively turning his son against him. Still, he refrains from confronting anyone or pushing Wiley too hard. He knows children need safety, not interrogation. Meanwhile, Willow finds herself in an unbearable position. She watches Wiley's demeanor shift, sees the change in his relationship with Michael, and begins to sense something's deeply wrong. At first, she hesitates to believe that Drew could be involved. She's defended him fiercely in court, relied on his support, even imagined a life raising her children alongside him. But then, in a quiet moment of vulnerability, Wiley finally opens up. With tears clinging to his lashes, he confesses to Willow what Drew told him: that Michael doesn't love him anymore, that Daisy is the only child Michael cares about now. The revelation hits Willow like a punch to the chest. Her instinct as a mother ignites, flooding her with fury, disbelief, and a deep sense of shame. She realizes that in trying to build a new life with Drew, she may have allowed a man into her children's lives who would lie to a little boy in order to win. She immediately tells Wiley the truth. Kneeling beside him, she wraps her arms around him and gently explains that Michael loves him deeply, that Daisy's birth didn't change that, and that there's nothing Wiley could ever do to make his father stop loving him. The moment is raw, honest, and healing, and for the first time in days, Wiley smiles. But the damage has been done, and Willow knows it. She confronts Drew in private, her voice shaking with restrained rage. She demands to know whether the manipulation was intentional. Drew doesn't deny it. Instead, he justifies it, says they needed an edge, that the courts respond to emotional testimony, that if Wiley appeared to favor her, their chances would improve. His words reveal a cold calculation that leaves Willow chilled to her bones. The man standing in front of her isn't the man she fell in love with. He's someone else now, someone who sees children as pawns, emotions as tools, and the truth as an obstacle. The confrontation devolves into a fiery argument. Willow calls him out for manipulating a child, for weaponizing Wiley's love, and for betraying not just Michael, but her trust as well. Drew counters by saying Michael has done the same in his own way, hiding things, using his mother Carly to dig up dirt, and letting Sasha into their lives despite knowing it might confuse the children. But the words fall flat. For Willow, there's no justification for turning her son into a soldier in a war he never chose to fight. Her mind is made up. She no longer wants Drew anywhere near her children. Back in court, the atmosphere has shifted. The judge senses the tension between Willow and Drew, and their lack of unity begins to raise serious concerns. Wiley, well reassured and emotionally reconnected with Michael, returns to his father's side. Amelia, who never fully bonded with Drew, gravitates even more strongly toward Michael and Carly, enjoying the stability and warmth of their home. Even the court-appointed child psychologist notices the contrast in the children's behavior: more calm, more smiles, more openness when they're with Michael. Drew's credibility begins to unravel. The court hears about inconsistencies in his testimony, about the sudden deterioration in Wiley's emotional well-being, and eventually, Willow is asked under oath whether she still believes Drew is the right co-guardian for her children. With the eyes of the courtroom on her, Willow hesitates, but only for a moment. She says no. Her voice doesn't waver. She explains that her opinion has changed, that Drew crossed a line she can't ignore, and that she no longer trusts him to help her raise Amelia and Wiley. The statement sends a ripple through the room. Drew sits stunned, blindsided by the loss of his partner's support. The judge takes it all in, makes notes, and requests a final set of evaluations before issuing a ruling. But everyone in the room knows the outcome is all but decided. Drew has overplayed his hand, and now he's not just out of the custody case, he's lost the respect of the woman he loved, and the children he hoped to raise. In the days that follow, Michael's bond with Wiley and Amelia strengthens. He continues to care for Daisy as well, balancing the needs of 3 children with steady, unwavering love. Carly remains his rock, helping manage the household and standing proudly at her son's side. Willow, humbled by the experience and grateful for Michael's grace, focuses on healing her relationship with her children. Though her romance with Drew is over, she remains determined to make amends for the choices she made while blinded by loyalty to the wrong man. Drew, meanwhile, isolates himself. The court has granted supervised visitation only, pending further review. His political career is stalled, his image damaged, and the community of Port Charles no longer views him as the noble figure he once was. The price of his ambition has proven to be the thing he once claimed mattered most: family. Next, we will dive into the exhilarating buzz surrounding Kelly Thibault's potential return to the iconic soap opera. The General Hospital community has been set ablaze with excitement over the news, though the show's producers remain tight-lipped about whether Thibault will reprise her beloved role as Dr. Britt Westbourne, affectionately dubbed the Britch by fans. The mere thought of her dramatic comeback has reignited passion among viewers, who fondly remember Britt's complex journey from villain to redeemed heroine in Port Charles. To honor the possibility of her return, let's explore in vivid detail 3 of Britt's most unforgettable moments on the show, each showcasing a different facet of her dynamic character. We'll delve deep into her relationships, her personal evolution, and the emotional resonance of her storylines, adding fresh perspectives and imaginative elements to enrich the narrative. First up, let's revisit Britt Westbourne's heartwarming connection with young Spencer Casadini, a bond that softened even her most hardened edges. When Britt stormed onto the General Hospital scene in 2012, she was the epitome of a soap opera antagonist, manipulative, and unapologetically ambitious. Her early days were marked by cold calculations and a relentless pursuit of power, often leaving a trail of chaos in her wake. Yet, as the years unfolded, Britt embarked on a transformative journey toward redemption, revealing layers of vulnerability beneath her icy exterior. A significant turning point in her arc came through her romantic entanglement with Nicolas Casadini, a relationship fraught with tension but also unexpected tenderness. Through this union, Britt formed a profound and enduring connection with Nicola's son, Spencer. Despite her villainous tendencies at the time, Britt's interactions with Spencer were imbued with genuine warmth and protectiveness. She often acted as a confidant to the young boy, offering guidance during his tumultuous childhood marked by family betrayals and loss. Whether it was a quiet moment of reassurance or a playful exchange, Britt's softer side shone through whenever Spencer was near. Their bond became a cornerstone of her redemption, proving that even someone as flawed as Britt could nurture love and loyalty. Years after her romance with Nicolas fizzled out, the mutual respect and affection between Britt and Spencer remained a poignant reminder of her capacity for change. Imagine, if she returns, how this relationship could deepen, perhaps with Spencer now older, grappling with his own dark choices, seeking Britt's counsel as a trusted figure from his past. Next, let's turn our attention to the intricate, often tumultuous relationship between Britt and her mother, Dr. Liesl Obrecht, a dynamic that oscillated between bitter conflict and reluctant reconciliation. In the cutthroat world of Port Charles, neither woman could claim the moral high ground. Both were architects of deception, driven by their own agendas and haunted by past misdeeds. For much of their shared history, Britt and Liesl were locked in a cycle of resentment and misunderstanding, their mother-daughter bond fractured by Liesl's overbearing control and Britt's defiance. Liesl, with her notorious past as a master manipulator, often projected her own ruthless ambitions onto Britt, leading to fiery clashes that echoed through the hospital corridors. Yet, beneath the surface of their discord lay a deeper yearning for connection, a desire to bridge the chasm that separated them. Over time, both women embarked on parallel paths of self-improvement, shedding their darker impulses in pursuit of something resembling integrity. Liesl, once a cold and calculating force, began to show flickers of remorse, while Britt strove to atone for her earlier sins. By the heartbreaking time of Britt's presumed death, they had painstakingly rebuilt their relationship, forging a fragile but beautiful truce. Their final moments together were steeped in raw emotion, a testament to the power of forgiveness and the enduring pull of family. If General Hospital orchestrates Britt's return, could we witness a renewed chapter for this duo? Perhaps Liesl, now carrying the weight of her daughter's loss, could face her own vulnerabilities, while Britt grapples with lingering regrets over their lost time. A storyline exploring their shared grief and unspoken love could add a rich, emotional layer to the show, drawing viewers into their complex tapestry of pain and hope. Finally, let's explore one of the most electrifying reasons fans are clamoring for Britt's return, the tantalizing possibility of rekindling her romance with Jason Morgan. The enigmatic Stone Cold, their chemistry was nothing short of magnetic, a slow-burn attraction that captivated audiences with its intensity and depth. Britt and Jason shared a series of tender, defining moments that hinted at a love story for the age-stolen glances in the midst of chaos, quiet confessions during late-night conversations, and an unspoken trust that transcended their complicated pasts. However, their burgeoning relationship was repeatedly thwarted by external forces. Jason's marriage to Carly Spencer in the fall of 2021 cast a shadow over their connection, creating a heartbreaking wedge just as they seemed poised to unite. When Sonny Corinthos resurfaced from Nixon Falls, it appeared Britt and Jason might finally find their way back to each other, navigating the wreckage of their personal lives with renewed hope. Tragically, fate had other plans. Jason's presumed death and a catastrophic tunnel collapse in Greece later that year left Britt reeling, and her own demise in 2023 at the hands of the hookletter revealed to be Heather Weber seemed to seal their story with a devastating finality. Yet, in true soap opera fashion, Jason defied the odds, returning to Port Charles in early 2024, alive and carrying the scars of his harrowing ordeal. Since his comeback, Jason has remained strikingly unattached, despite fleeting romantic possibilities. A charged kiss with Anna Devane hinted at potential sparks, while rumors swirled of a connection with Sasha Corbin during a ruse where he posed as her child's father, a plotline that ultimately fizzled with Michael Corinthos' return to the fold. This conspicuous absence of romance in Jason's life has fueled speculation among fans. Has General Hospital been holding off on pairing Jason with anyone, waiting for the perfect moment to reunite him with Britt? Their shared history is ripe with unspoken longing and unfinished business. Imagine the emotional fireworks if Britt were to walk back into his life, both of them haunted by the years they lost and the pain they endured apart. A storyline exploring their second chance could delve into themes of resilience and redemption, as they confront old wounds and rediscover the pull that once drew them together. Picture Jason, hardened by his near-death experiences, finding solace in Britt's sharp wit and unexpected vulnerability, while Britt, shaped by her own brush with mortality, challenges him to embrace a future they never dared to dream of. Add to this a subplot involving a mysterious shared secret from their past, perhaps a hidden letter or memento Britt left behind, discovered by Jason upon her return. You have the makings of a sweeping, emotional saga that could dominate the airwaves. In conclusion, the prospect of Kelly Thibault's return to General Hospital as Britt Westbourne has stirred a whirlwind of anticipation among fans, each of whom holds dear the multifaceted legacy of her character. From her nurturing bond with Spencer Casadini, which revealed her capacity for unconditional care, to her hard-fought reconciliation with Liesl Obrecht, which underscored the redemptive power of family, and finally to her soul-stirring romance with Jason Morgan, which left viewers aching for closure. Britt's journey has been a roller coaster of drama and heart. Each of these moments not only defined her time in Port Charles but also cemented her as a fan favorite whose absence has been keenly felt. As we await confirmation of her comeback, one thing is certain: Britt Westbourne's story is far from over, and her return could herald a new era of gripping narratives and emotional triumphs on General Hospital. Next, we will uncover the thrilling developments surrounding Professor Hank Dalton and the dangerous web of secrets he's weaving in Port Charles. The latest buzz indicates that Dalton is at the center of a groundbreaking yet potentially perilous project, one that has caught the attention of powerful entities like the WSB and key figures such as Anna Devane. Meanwhile, characters like Jocelyn Jacks, Emma Scorpio Drake, and Joe Palmieri find themselves entangled in this high-stakes drama, with loyalties tested and lives hanging in the balance. Join us as we dive deeper into this gripping storyline, expanding on the intrigue with fresh details, imaginative twists, and a closer look at the emotional undercurrents driving each character's actions. From covert operations to desperate escapes, this unfolding saga promises to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Let's start with the mysterious and formidable Professor Hank Dalton, whose latest endeavor has sent ripples of concern through Port Charles. Whispers in the corridors of power suggest that Dalton, a brilliant yet enigmatic academic, is working on a project of monumental signification that could alter the balance of influence in the town and beyond. Sources hint that his research might involve cutting-edge technology or a biochemical breakthrough, something so revolutionary that it's drawn the keen interest of dangerous players like Jen Sidwell, a shadowy figure known for exploiting innovation for personal gain. The WSB, ever vigilant in matters of international intrigue, has taken notice, dispatching operatives to monitor Dalton's every move. To maintain a closer watch, they've strategically placed Jocelyn Jacks, a determined and resourceful young woman, in the guise of Dalton's research assistant. Jocelyn, with her sharp instincts and unwavering resolve, must navigate the delicate line between gaining Dalton's trust and uncovering his true intentions. Unbeknownst to her, the assignment places her in a precarious position, as Dalton's charming exterior masks a calculating mind that brooks no betrayal. Imagine the tension as Jocelyn sifts through cryptic notes and encoded files in Dalton's lab, her heart pounding with every creak of the door, wondering if she's moments away from being discovered. This covert operation could push Jocelyn to her limits, testing her courage and forcing her to confront ethical dilemmas about how far she's willing to go for the greater good. Will she uncover the full scope of Dalton's plans before her cover is blown? Now, let's turn to Emma Scorpio Drake, whose past connection with Dalton at Berkeley adds a deeply personal layer to this unfolding drama. Emma, a woman with a keen intellect and a fierce sense of justice inherited from her storied family lineage, has returned to Port Charles with a singular mission: to expose Dalton for what he truly is. Their history at Berkeley was marked by intellectual rivalry and a subtle undercurrent of mistrust, as Emma always suspected Dalton harbored ambitions that went beyond academic prestige. Now, armed with snippets of information and a gut feeling that refuses to be silenced, Emma edges ever closer to the truth about Dalton's current project. Picture her late at night, poring over old research papers and intercepted communications in a dimly lit room at the Metro Court, piecing together a puzzle that points to a collaboration with Jen Sidwell, a partnership that could spell disaster for countless lives. The moment she connects the dots, the gravity of her discovery hits her like a tidal wave. She realizes that knowing too much has made her a target. Dalton, ever protective of his secrets, might already suspect her prying, his piercing gaze following her every move at a university fundraiser or a chance encounter in the hospital cafeteria. The danger is palpable, and Emma knows she must act swiftly to protect herself. With fear gnawing at her resolve, she makes the heart-wrenching decision to flee Port Charles, leaving behind her family and friends in a bid for safety. This desperate escape could introduce a new arc for Emma. Perhaps she crosses paths with an old ally from her Berkeley days, someone who owes her a favor and offers a temporary safe haven, adding a layer of suspense as she wrestles with whether to trust them fully. In a twist of fate, Emma's flight from danger intersects with Joe Palmieri, a young man already disillusioned with the complexities of his newfound family ties in Port Charles. Joe, burdened by the weight of expectations and the constant drama surrounding the Corinthos and Falconeri clans, has been itching to break free from the town that feels more like a gilded cage with each passing day. His recent attempt to leave was thwarted by lingering attachments and unresolved conflicts, but his restlessness remains a simmering undercurrent in his daily life. Imagine Joe at the pier, staring out at the horizon with a packed bag at his feet, when he stumbles upon Emma in the midst of her frantic escape. Her disheveled appearance and the raw panic in her eyes catch him off guard, and as she breathlessly explains that she's in grave danger, Gio's protective instincts kick in. Though Emma hesitates to drag anyone else into her mess, she reluctantly agrees to let Joe accompany her, promising to reveal the full story once they're out of immediate harm's way. Together, they hastily gather their essentials, grabbing a worn leather jacket and a burner phone. Emma clutching a hidden USB drive containing encrypted evidence against Dalton and slip out of Port Charles under the cover of night. Their journey could take them to a remote cabin in the woods outside Longview, a hideout once used by Emma's parents during their own espionage escapades, adding a nostalgic yet tense backdrop to their flight. As they navigate unfamiliar terrain and the constant threat of pursuit, their bond deepens, with Gio's street smarts complementing Emma's analytical mind. Could this shared ordeal forge an unbreakable alliance, or will the strain of running test the limits of their trust in each other? Meanwhile, back in Port Charles, Anna Devane, the seasoned police commissioner and Emma's fiercely protective grandmother, begins to unravel the perilous situation her granddaughter has stumbled into. Anna, with her extensive history in espionage and her unyielding commitment to family, senses that something is terribly wrong when Emma suddenly vanishes without a trace. Her instincts, honed by years of navigating the murky waters of WSB operations, lead her to suspect that Emma has uncovered classified information about Dalton's activities in foreign tones so damning that it necessitated her flight. Determined to get answers, Anna confronts Jack Brennan, a high-ranking WSB official with a reputation for playing his cards close to the chest. Their tense exchange unfolds in the dimly lit precinct office, with Anna's steely resolve clashing against Brennan's bureaucratic evasiveness. He admits only that Emma left before the WSB could offer her protection, citing the classified nature of Dalton's project as a barrier to full disclosure. However, recognizing Anna's determination and her personal stake in the matter, Brennan reluctantly agrees to a compromise. Anna can assist in the search for Emma and Joe, ensuring their safety from Dalton's potential wrath. This collaboration could take Anna on a journey across state lines, following cryptic clues left behind by Emma, coded message in a family heirloom, or a trail of safe houses known only to the Scorpio clan, while grappling with her own guilt for not protecting her granddaughter sooner. Picture Anna coordinating with WSB agents in a high-tech command center, her voice steady but her hands trembling as she pins locations on a map, haunted by the fear that they might be too late. This subplot could also explore Anna's dynamic with Brennan, perhaps revealing a shared history of covert missions that adds friction and depth to their uneasy alliance. Will Anna's relentless pursuit reunite her with Emma before Dalton or Sidwell's operatives close in? In wrapping up, the saga surrounding Professor Hank Dalton's shadowy project has set Port Charles ablaze with tension, drawing in a cast of characters whose lives are irrevocably altered by the secrets they uncover and the dangers they face. From Jocelyn Jack's undercover mission, fraught with moral quandaries and the constant threat of exposure, to Emma Scorpio Drake's perilous quest for truth and her desperate escape alongside Joe Palmieri, the stakes have never been higher. Add to that Anna Devane's fierce determination to safeguard her granddaughter, and we have a storyline brimming with suspense, emotion, and unexpected alliances. As the WSB tightens its grip and Dalton's true intentions inch closer to the light, one question looms large. Will Emma and Joe evade capture long enough to expose the full extent of Dalton's plans? Or will they become casualties in a game far larger than themselves? We want to hear from you. What do you think Dalton's mysterious project entails? And how far will Emma and Joe have to run to escape the danger? Drop your theories in the comments below, and stay tuned to our channel for the latest General Hospital spoilers and updates on this riveting plotline.